So, hello everyone, this is July 19, 2022, the Hindu Delhi edition. As usual, we'll be first identifying the most important news, followed by a detailed analysis for the same. So, let's move forward and directly go on to identify the most important news. Okay, so let's see. 99% polling, Mr. Murmu backs a few opposition vote. I think it's Dr. Manmohan Singh, yes. And look at this is what you should know. So this is a closed ballot, okay, or say secret ballot, fine. So the election took place through secret ballot. Why I am focusing on this? Because in vice president case, secret ballot is not being used, okay. So remember this thing, okay, this is very important, okay. There's nothing here. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, nothing here. Okay, there is nothing here. Now let's see the editorial. Selling the power with next generation. New India generation justice is gaining traction as a better way for producing more equitable global order. Okay, it's something new. Intergenerational justice. Okay, for a better way for producing a more equitable global order. Okay, we'll just see the definition of intergenerational justice and try to relate things. Okay. The work might be fading away. Growth and welfare populism might mean different things to different people at different time, not required. Okay, we'll do that article, fine. To drive climate action, we need to consider climate catastrophe as largely man-made. Okay, we'll see this very briefly if required. Just would be enough. Just know the member countries of SCO. Okay, just would be enough. Pakistan and IMF thing. Is this a family or what? Not required. See, 8 on charge of cheating in NEET. This is very important. Minority status in India is state dependent. We'll have to see this. Okay. Wanted discussion on inflation, Agnipat and DST new. Okay. So adjourned. So the session has begun and parliament has been adjourned on the first day as usual. Both the ruling party and the opposition don't have the courage to actually discuss things. They just want hue and cry over every matter. They should constructively discuss things. Okay. There is nothing here. Yes. Just know this thing, global teamwork crypto need, because crypto is a transnational issue, right? About 3500 crores, more than 3500 crore is GST compensation dues. Okay, so we have reached the sports page. There is nothing here as usual relevant with our examination, right? So let's go on and analyze the identified news. I think there was nothing on the top pages, right? We directly had an editorial there. Nothing here on these pages. A new theory of change. Okay, let's give it a read. Who is this? I have not seen this author. Helpage International. Okay, fine, now I got it. Intergenerational justice is gaining traction as a better way of producing more equitable global order. As far as I understand, intergenerational justice means justice from one generation to other generation. Okay, because it is inter and not intra, right? So justice from here to here, and this will be a better way of producing more equitable global order. Okay, Helpage India means old age people, old age related. This is related to GS1 society section, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see it very briefly so that we get the gist of it. Okay, a new breed of global institution was created after these things. IMF and all those things were there. NATO. A fresh concept, power struggle has heated up in Ukraine and all those things. Clearly a new idea for global governance are required. A new concept of intergenerational justice is gaining traction in a better way of producing more equitable global order, hopefully arresting mankind's beaconic destruction of planet despite of because of great advances in technology. Answer to the rhetorical question, what sort of world we want to leave for our grandchildren, is to ask them what sort of world they want to live in. Older generation listening to younger generation rather than younger people following their elders may be a radical civilizational shift. Okay, fine. However, elder listening to youth will not be enough. Youth must also be given charge of producing the world they want to live in. Yes, that's what I was thinking. They cannot leave solutions to older generation whose ways of working have caused this global problem. Fine, timing is running out. Through STEM education is extract resources from the planet and create a new product for human benefit, and then find new technological approaches to repair the damage caused by the planet, caused to the planet by those technologies. Okay, climate is heating up. A new theory of change to prevent scientific theory change both outside in and top down. Scientists but try to be objective about the system they study by placing their minds outside the system. From their supposed objective purchase, they try to map the system shape detachedly. Like engineers, they look for levers within the system. Okay. Okay, fine. Recycling the wisdom, intergenerational dialogue is imperative. Okay, all countries are aging and all those things are there. There is nothing here relevant to our examination. Just know this thing, this intergeneration justice. Use it somewhere in paper GS1. Okay, you will get half marks for it, not more than that. You don't need to go through this long and bulky article. Why? Because it is not very relevant with our examination, in my perspective, in my thoughts. Okay, you can have your own, that's perfectly fine. India's climate imperative, let's see. But let's see who is Vinod Thomas. He has written it for the first time since 6 months. National University of Singapore, international person. Okay, let's see. Absence of COVID-19, climate change induced disaster, India would have been biggest red alert in this. Okay, if there was no COVID-19, climate change would have been the biggest red alert in recent years. The heat wave in Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, New Delhi this year, torrential downpour in South India, and super cyclone Amban that battered West Bengal and Odisha are symbol of man-made climate change. But India, like elsewhere, is still attributes this catastrophe to wrath of Mother Nature rather than anthropogenic global warming. Okay, temperatures over Indian Ocean have risen by over 1 degree Celsius till 1950. India is the fourth worst hit climate migration. Heat waves in India have claimed about 17,000 lives. Labor loss is rising. Okay, India needs to. Okay, this is what I was thinking. Two-part approach. One, to adapt to climate impact by building resilience against weather extremes, and two, to mitigate environment destruction to prevent climate change from becoming more lethal. It is like one is cure and plus second one is prevention. Okay, what is a cure? Get technologies, get something. Okay, building resilience against weather extreme. Okay, so cure is what? You must build your resilience and against such thing, and the prevention is what? That you don't allow such things to happen. Okay, so resilience, this is a very basic concept of disaster management. Okay, so I think it is talking on that only. Let's see it very briefly. Heat wave are aggravated by deforestation, obviously, and land degradation. Agriculture is one of the major cause of it. A solution is to promote agriculture practices which are not water intensive to support afforestation that has salutary effect on warming. Now this is a good concept, but the problem is that India is rice dependent and rice needs water, so that is one problem. So agroecological partitions have to be done so that the cropping pattern is based on agroecology of the region, which will help out in creating a better climate resilience, right? And using the local varieties that are adapted to the climate over there. Okay, drip irrigation can be used, insurance schemes, same thing, those input factors for this agriculture it is talking about. Okay, climate resilient agriculture call for CSR and CRA, calls for diversification, very important concept. Okay, cultivation of multiple crop on the same farm, there will be need to more localized food production. Weather based crop insurance would help. Flood and storm are worsened by vast sea ingresses and all those things. Southern states need a stronger guideline to avoid construction location with drainage. Okay, so map flood risk zone, this is another point, so that vulnerability can be traced. EIA must be mandatory for commercial projects. Kerala has some flood resistant houses constructed on pillar. Communities can build round shape house considering optimum aerodynamic orientation to reduce the strength of the wind. Roofs with multiple slopes can stand well in strong winds, and central shaft reduce the wind pressure on the roof by sucking the air from outside. Okay, arresting runway climate change adaptation alone would not be sufficient if it is not cured or if it is not stopped. The global warming leading emitters must move away from fossil fuel, but climate mitigation everywhere is painfully slow because of lack of political will. India has made slow progress in choosing 2070 as its target for zero emission. Meanwhile, the big part of climate action lies in protecting and expanding forest cover. Regulation need to be tightened and enforced to ensure forest protection while acquiring land. India against from being part of Glasgow Declaration on Forest. Okay, fine. Management of dam is another thing. Okay, there are more than 100-year-old, nearly 295 dams are in India that are nearly more than 100-year-olds and need repair. Okay, dam in southern state can moderate flood. Fine. India's share in disaster management should be raised to 2.5% of GDP. Okay, climate finance is more suited for large global funding from World Bank and all those things. So funding from international organizations, but smaller scale financing can also be vital. WPF, World Food Program, WFP, funding Nepal, Bhutan, etc. Okay, fine. State can tap into union government resources, financial and technology from early warning method, meteorological system to centrally sponsored climate scheme. MG fund can be used for climate adaptation in agriculture, waste management, livestock. States should make compulsory payment to local self-government resources being used for climate adaptation. For public pressure to drive climate action, we need we need to consider climate catastrophe largely man-made. Okay, so look, if you consider this article from point of view of UPSC aspirant, then you know most of the things. Actually, you know all of these things. We have read it in detail in our static section. Still, if you are new to it, make a note of it. In my opinion, you must make a note of it. There are healthy points in it that can be used anywhere, not only to climate imperative, but to disaster management topic as a whole. Okay, so it is very beneficial for GS3. Fine. Maybe somewhere in GS1 geography you can have a question here, but GS3 it is more welcome. The question will be more welcome there. Okay. Now look at the monsoon pattern. This is a good graph, I think. Let me clarify it for you. Okay. So if you see, then this region, which region? Look. Let me make the broad these things for you. Okay, now here you have your Western Ghats, here you have your Eastern Ghats. Fine. Garo Khasi Jaintia. Okay, Aravallis. Fine. Now you see, what would you see is that, and one more thing I have to make, this thing, this is your more or less, okay, not from here, it is exactly from here. Oh, now it's good. Okay, 100 centimeter, and this is your more or less 100 centimeter iso height. Okay, now in this context you see, and here is your 200 centimeter and all those things. Now in this context you have to see. Okay, now this region, okay, this entire region has got what till here, has received normal or more than excess or large excess. Okay, why? Because already this used to get less than 100 centimeter of rainfall. Okay, this is the rain deficient area. So if it got say 110 centimeter of rainfall, then it is surplus. Okay, but these regions you see, these regions are what this, let me change the pen color to say red. Okay, but these regions, okay, what is with this region? With this region, the thing is that this is already rain sufficient area. Okay, so greater than 100. Obviously here you have iso height of 200, 300 plus. Okay, like this you have your iso height. Okay, so you see, so even if there was average, like in Bihar you have average rainfall of about 100 and I think 11. In Kishanganj you have this area, wait, let me make this area, you have greater than 1190. centimeter of rainfall. Okay, and this is deficient means it could have got 1100 centimeter only. So you have to understand it in this perspective that yes, monsoon has been weak over the northern plains of India. You can see it here. Either it is deficient or highly deficient. The entire Indo-Gangetic plain or Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plain, entire. Okay, the three things has been. So this is a cause of concern because paddy will be affected by this. Okay, paddy cultivation. Oh, it has made also this thing. Okay. SCO and its stature in the modern world, founded in June 2001. Fine. The Shanghai Five was a grouping of Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. Okay. India acquired observer status in 2005 and full member in 2017. Through the years, SCO have encouraged members to use platform to discuss differences with each other member on the sideline. Fine. So just know about it. You don't have to be very specific about these things. If the question comes in prelims, it would be more about the membership of SCO and is India a member or not, and all those things are there. If it comes in main, then it would be a more direct question on SCO, not expected. Indirectly, yes, Indo-China relationship is always important. So a question may arise there, and SCO will make a point out there. Okay. Let's see the Pakistan one. Just the 39-month EFF between Pakistan and IMF was signed in July 2019 to provide fund amounting to self-drawing rights of 4,268 millions. Okay. Structural reforms have been sacrificed due to Pakistan's short-sighted political goals. Hence, the urge to go to IMF for fiscal stability has been repeated over time. The latest EEF was on verge of collapse, but ruling coalition government continued its effort to revive the discussions. Okay, fine. What should we do with them? There is nothing out there that we should do. Okay, and then we had this article, very important, because article 29 and 30 are involved. Every person in India can be a minority in one state or another. Minority status of religious and linguistic communities is state dependent. The Supreme Court said on Monday. Even every person in the country can be a minority. I can be a minority outside my state, Maharashtra. Similarly, Kannada speaking person may be minority in a state other than Karnataka. Every person in the country can answer this description. Okay, the court was hearing a petition filed by Mathura resident Devikinandan Thakur complaining that the founders of Judaism, Bahaism and Hinduism, who are the real minorities in Ladakh and all these places, that the followers of cannot establish and administer educational institution of their choice because of the non-identification of minority at the state level. But the court indicated that a religious or linguistic community which is minority in a particular state can inherently claim protection and right to administer and run its own education under Article 29 and 30, cultural right and educational right of Constitution. The court asked whether a specific notification was required. The question from the bench came in response to submission made by senior advocate for Mr. Thakur that Hindus residing in certain states were unable to exercise their right under Article 29 and 30 in absence of a specific notification declaring them a minority. The petition has urged the recognition of Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist, Parsi nationally by center as minority, ignored the fact that religious communities such as Hindus were socially, economically, politically and non-dominant and numerically inferior in several states. The court listed the case. Okay, fine. So two things from here. One, Article 29 and 30 thing, and second, that states decide who are the minorities there. Okay, very important article. Make a note of it. It is going to appear in next year prelims if the matter continues. Okay, because they love this thing, fundamental rights section. Okay, fine. So with this, I think, yes, with this we come to end of today's newspaper analysis. I hope you like it. If you like it, consider subscribing the channel, liking the content commenting and sharing. So now it's time to say a goodbye to you, take a part from you. So goodbye all, study hard and Jai Hind.
So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard